Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Manifest Season 3, Episodes 5 and 6. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So these two episodes are centering around trying to find head kidnapper Jace. He is still out on the run, and it seems like he is after Michaela. But we start off 5 months earlier when Vance's right-hand man is getting rid of the Major's body in a garbage truck. Now, this man almost got caught because, one, you're not supposed to be out this late. What are you doing? She was about to ask for all kind of information, but he was able to weasel out of it. Turns out it was some woman who she liked to call 411 and all the information landed, turn somebody in. Garbage truck out too late, go check on them. Somebody outside, they don't have a pooper scooper, go check on them. She one of those people. Me, the garbage truck in Houston, it seems like they always late. I'm in the opinion, long as you coming to get this garbage, it is alright with me. That's where I'm at. I tend to not be concerned about what's going on with people. I'll be riding around like, what you doing? And then going about my business. I'm not going to be calling the police and about ABC and or D, but that's that woman's life and not mine. Now, Michaela and her team, they show up to arrest a head kidnapper Jace, but he's not there. But he had these weird drawings on the wall and pictures of Michaela, Ben, and Cal. So he got that whole creepiness. I got a mural of what you got going on. I got some drawings of what I'm going to assume is blood. And when Michaela is looking at one of the little drawings, it's like this shadow creature situation come out one of the pictures and scares all of the stew out of her. Now, Cal used to have these callings. I think it was end of season 1, earlier on season 2, and it turned out it was the 3 kidnappers. Now, Michaela's partner, she something up. If we gonna be partners, you have to tell me what's going on. Michaela's it's gonna be too weird for you to even comprehend or get not so much as comprehend. It's gonna be you ain't gonna believe what I got going on. She's you came back from the dead tribe, and she's well, since we come back, we've got what we call the callings, and they basically tell us when we need to do something. So she was oh, so that explains all these intuitions that you be getting and you be solving all these crimes. Yeah, that's what she got going on over there. I'm trusting Drea, but if you're not a part of Ben's family, and that includes Vance and Sanvi and Zeke, I don't know. Jared, he proved himself last season because I just knew he completely turned because Michaela didn't want to be with him. So I was side-eyeing him. So when new people come along, I'll be Angelina, she seems to be proving herself and all that stuff, but just because you was on 828 does not mean you a good person. Anyways, Michaela and Zeke go to kidnapper Corey, dude with the fro, to get some info on where head kidnapper Jace is, and Zeke can sense that kidnapper Jace, that he is scared and he's protecting head kidnapper Jace. He's he had a call in and head kidnapper Jace was gonna kill her and then she needs to hide. I know I did some messed up things in my life, but once I came back, I wanted to, make amends. I didn't want to be out here doing no foolishness no more. Head kidnapper Jace, that's all him. I want to do better. So, he's redeeming himself. Pete as well, he's redeeming himself as well. Speaking of him, he done got taken to the ASA because they want to test him. Because y'all know the death date is tomorrow. And if we need to figure out and test him until he gone. And he says the Collins want them to hurt Michaela because it's just seeing them in the dark and in the wooded area and them wanting to attack Michaela. But the Collins never want you to harm anybody. Now, truth be told, they only in this situation because Michaela did not go along with the calling when the calling told her, don't arrest them, let them go. She was like, the police officer and me cannot let these three dudes go. And that's what ended up them getting arrested, them breaking free, and them doggone and kidnapping Kyle. Then them, going through the ice for 3 months, however long it was, and then coming back and then causing well, at least head kidnapper Jay's causing all kind of causing more drama. Now, it turns out that the drawlings that he had kidnapper Jace are drawlings that haven't been seen in like 2,000 years, and the only person who has seen them is the man that's working in the lab with Olive. Like, he's like, where did you get these from? Because these has been hidden. Nobody's seen these in 2,000 years. And she was like, basically, well, I don't know if she said, yeah, they came from some, kidnapping crazy food, but the drawing is telling the story of three, I guess, outlaws, and they get a second chance in life to correct the mistakes that they have made. So I was like, is that why they back? Because you never know, it's always a twist and a turn on this show. One, he chose love and he got a companion. That is Pete. The second put past grievances and put past grievances to rest and got peace. The third one chose vengeance and blood was shed. Yeah, so the last, this is what he read. And I'm like, what is going on? Okay. The last made a choice to, the last, okay, I'm trying to figure out how I wrote this and it's not coming out correctly. I guess the last one, if he would forgive his enemies and still take revenge, he would be rewarded. It's just the way that I wrote it, and now the way I'm trying to read it, it did make sense. I cannot be the only one that happens to. My notes be like, I'm writing it how I'm saying it in my mind, but when I'm coming back, I'm like, that don't make no sense. It made sense at the time. Now, Savi, she paranoid, and she's, feeling guilty that she played a part. Well, she didn't play the part. She was behind, the major, no longer being of this world. Even though the major was a raggedy, no good person. Or I won't say she wasn't no good, but she was doing some underhanded, like, type of situational things. Yeah, so Vance then cooked the books. Because Jared, he getting too close. He going to the doggone park where, the major was last seen questioning folks. So now they didn't cook the books and they didn't brought him down. Like, look here, you're getting too close to our investigations. The major was found months ago in the swamps of New Orleans. And it is a national security it's national security evidence that they can't tell Jared, and his pride can compromise the investigation that they got going on. Just know this woman, she died in New Orleans. We think we know who did it, but we can't go after him now because we're going after him about something else. She did, work with a lot of international people. We don't know what she had going on, so just leave it there. But I'm thinking it's not going to be left there because it was something that they gave the major's daughter. And I was like, that is going to be a clue. She didn't really, meet her in the way that they said they did. And Savi may be caught up in this. So the last part of episode 5. Yeah. Tariq, Grace's brother, he was just casually talking at a bar with one of the local people that he know in the area, and he's talking about his family and how his family's there. Well, a reporter just happened to be around listening and followed him home and put all the information about, there's an 828 family living here, the address and everything, and this, that, and the third. Now, at this time, Michaela and Zeke Zeke then got knocked out by head kidnapper Jace, so he incapacitated. Michaela, she didn't doggone it. She, not exactly, she still went around trying to find head kidnapper Jace and Zeke, and he head kidnapper dude and doggone it took Michaela. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I think no, I didn't go there. Oh yeah. In the brother, I thought I was going too fast, but I wasn't. In the brother's defense, he did not know what was going on with Grace and the family, so he didn't know that he was like putting them in danger. And I do feel bad for him about that. He's like, I didn't know. I was just talking about my plans in a restaurant I want to buy, and I thought this was gonna bring us together as a family. I didn't know that I was putting us in harm's way. So they decided, let's go to the hiding spot we used to go to when we was little. Now that is the end of episode 5. Episode 6 picks up with head kidnapper Jace and Michaela are like battling it out, but he's getting distracted because Cal is in the driveway playing with his basketball, and every time that bounce of the ball, it's like Jace can hear it because he's connected to Cal. Seemed like season 1, it was some man that was connected to Cal. I can't remember the man's name because it's been like 2 years. But yeah, he's connected to Cal. Next thing you know, he done doggone push Michaela. She hanging on the doggone cliff like she doggone Mufasa. I was like, no ma'am. I mean, it wasn't like Paul on top of Paul, but like she was hanging on a rope and he was looking down on her like he was Scar and she was Mufasa. Jace wants to know where Cal is because it's his last chance, and Michaela is just pushed off the cliff. Now, Michaela, she must be doggone it, has superhuman powers because this girl done fell on full on concrete, and she didn't fell she fell a few feet. And she just gets up like, oh, I just have a dislocated shoulder. I'm like, ma'am, you not bleeding? Ma'am, you don't have a concussion? Like, I be trying to do something, I be taking out for a week. I tried to do this squat challenge. I forgot how many squats you had to do. And mind you, I did not stretch before that, which was my fault. And I did one too many. Your girl was sore for 2 weeks. Trying to get in the bed was like, you thought, you not doing this unless you gonna have to doggone roll into the bed. But this, not Michaela. She done fell from the cliff. She done got up, just dislocated shoulder. I'm fine. I'm cool. Yeah. So, head kidnapper, Jace, he done got in Michaela's car and he done got info on where Cal and Grace are. They was like, yeah, because at Tariq's house, somebody painted E.T. Go Home or some mess like that. And they called the police. And the police, she was like, it's radioing in. Yeah, it was somebody playing a prank. It was some people from the 828, which I don't know why she had to say that. She could just like, somebody was playing a prank on somebody's house. So now he know exactly where they get. He done doggone got that information. So that's where he headed. Now, as Zeke is helping Michaela up the side of the cliff, she's in pain, but you know, now he got this thing to where he can feel what you going through. So all the pain she feeling, he feeling. And I guess in a combination of that, once he finally gets her up on a cliff and they kind of like, I don't want to say pass out, but like in all the pain and, you know, exhaustion, they just like, whoo, child, big old shockwave falls through. Now this shockwave causes Cal's ball that was on top of the car to fall off and somehow appear in front of doggone Ben's car. Ben and Angelina was like, hold up, did y'all see that? Hold on. This is Cal's ball. This is letting me know we don't need to be looking for head kidnapping Chase no more. We need to go find Cal because Cal is in trouble. So that's what they decided to do. Head kidnapper Jace is shooting from the roof and takes out one of the men who was in charge of keeping a lookout on Pete because they let Pete out of the ASA building because like we need to find Michaela. He after Michaela. My family is in danger. They let Pete out of the ASA building headquarters situation. You gonna be of some assistance. But doggone it, head kidnapper Jace was like, nope. I'm finna be shooting on the roof like I am some crazy person, which he is. Now, Tariq is trying to be a hero. He feels like this is he's responsible for, you know, head kidnapper Jace come in there. So he's like, I'm gonna go get my gun and I'm gonna protect us. Well, while trying to do that, head kidnapper Jace come behind him, threaten him, stabs him. Now he almost gone on to glory. Head kidnapper Jace believes if Cal dies, then they'll come back again. He looks at it as, okay, it worked when we was at the lake. It worked. And it worked on the plane. So he is the key for us coming back. But I was like, I don't think Cal died at the lake. Zeke died and came back at the lake. I don't think Cal did. So I don't. And unless I'm wrong, y'all. Anyway, Grace, she's like, I'm finna go get my gun. I'm finna go protect my family. Cal, you and baby girl right here, whose name escapes me at this point, y'all stay right here. Y'all stay safe. Well, Ben's briefcase was returned to the lab. Olive, she had already had some trouble with some people packing up all of his information, and she kind of like lied and said there was some kind of stuff in there that the people who were taking the pieces of paper away. So she was able to get the artwork back that she had been studying. And one of the ladies who cleaned up, she's like, oh, you said you work for Professor Stone? Well, somebody turned in his briefcase. And inside the briefcase, she found that final piece. So she had to be careful with not to destroy it, but also get the information that they need. Now, kidnapper Corey finds Cal and the baby and lets them know that, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm going to help you. But if I can hear you when you sing that lullaby to your sister, he can hear you as well. I don't know if it's a lullaby or would that be considered a lullaby? But whenever you sing that little dilly to your sister, if I can hear it, he can hear it too. And that's how I was able to find you. So I'm going to need you to do one of these things. Yeah, now Grace, she a mad mama now because her baby brother, then he in the arms of the angel because of head kidnapper Jace. Head kidnapper Jace is over trying to, put my son in the arms of the angel as well. We not fit to have this. She gives him 2 warning shots. Like, look here, bro. I am an excellent shot. Those were warning shots to let you know. Do not play with me. Kidnapper Pete and Angelina, they pop up. Kidnapper Jace pop up. Ben is there. Everybody's around. He calling people traitors, and then he throws up a huge amount of water and just like dies. So we think, okay, that's all. It's everything's cool. Kidnapper Corey, he had been throwing up a little bit of water throughout the day, but he been fine. He ain't throwing up like head kidnapper Jace. So we think, okay, Kidnapper Pete and Corey, they didn't beat their death date. But no, Olive, dusting off the artwork, and I guess it's considered artwork. And she realizes that they weren't judged separately, but together. And this is when Cal, he come out holding the paper. He's like, y'all don't see that right there? Like a shadowy type of situation. The one that Michaela seen earlier. Pops up, grabs Kidnapper Pete, grabs Kidnapper Corey, is pulling them together and just like sucked the life out of them. Right there in front of everybody. Now I thought they had escaped the death date, but I guess if head kidnapper Jace had made amends, they all would have been saved. But no, since he didn't want to do that, they all gotta go on. They all gotta be in the arms of the angel. Now Angelina, she all distraught because she was in love with Pete, and Pete was in love with her. And I'm like, how? The only time you seen this man was when he was getting arrested and when he was behind bars. You had a few minutes to where y'all confessed y'all loves together and he gone. When was this love happening? Why? What? But I'm like, I can't tell people how fast that they needed to fall in love. I was just like, y'all was in love with each other? Okay, who am I? So y'all, that was basically the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on to my beautiful face. But to my video, you can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.